Then there's Werner's ability to cut across at the right time. He's not just lightning quick, but also clever in outmaneuvering his opponent at the right time.
And that's why the new Chelsea man is the most dangerous striker in Europe at the moment. The RB Leipzig striker will link up with the Chelsea squad later on in June. A very good afternoon and welcome to Sports Finale. I'm Kevin Kimathi, and of course you will be with me for the next 1 hour where we'll take a look at what's happening in the world of the sport. 60 minutes of absolute bliss. Talk about the English Premier League action after 100 days without the APL action. Finally, the league resumed earlier on this week, that is on Wednesday night, with Manchester City thrashing Arsenal. Arsenal losing a game once again. Manchester United played out to a 1-1 draw against Tottenham Hotspurs last night. We'll talk about the EPL action, Bundesliga, Serie A, and also La Liga. Football is finally back. We'll also take a look at some of the local stories. Talk about the Athletics Integrity Unit. 3 Kenyan athletes have been banned by WADA due to doping issues. Once again, AIU is not even resting during these unprecedented times. We take a look at the plight of former Harambee Stars coach, that is Marshal Mulwa, and also we take a look at Wesley Onguso, the Nairobi City Stars defender, plight. Of course, joining me to talk more about this is Joel Omoto. A very good afternoon, Joel, and finally you're back. Welcome back to Finale.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
How have you been, man? How have you been coping? 3 months without football?
3 months without football has been very, very difficult, I must say. Some of us who are used to watching football almost every day, we went through a dry spell, if I might call, and been very nice seeing football back. And we look forward to the next games that as they come now that they're coming thick and fast starting this weekend.
And it's not only fans who have had a rough time, also journalists. For example, for you, the kind of stories you've had to write during those 3 months, what are some of the sports stories that you've put out the people daily?
Well, I think I've learned the importance of features during this period because now there are not many events that are planned. That's that press conference and games going on. So you have to look for unique features. Features that for me in the newspaper world, I'll do 2 pages. And 2 pages, if I have 5 sports pages, I've covered like half of that. And I've seen even the TV guys, you guys are getting interviews from international, local athletes. And you talk for as many minutes as you can because you don't have other things. You don't really
have enough content to fill in. But the EPL is back, man, on Wednesday. Manchester City, Arsenal, Man U last night. Do you still support that team of yours?
Man United.
Or you've changed your loyalty, or you're still supporting United?
United till I die.
I thought you were going to reboot for the last 3 months, bro. United of all the teams.
Man United since 1999. It can't change.
You can't change. But the team is failing you.
The team has failed me for the last 7 years.
Last night's performance has been dismal performance, a dismal performance.
I think I tend to agree. Actually, last night they performed so well. It was defense against attack. Tottenham were very defensive. They play on the counter, sit back, soak in the pressure and catch United on the counter. They did that once and Bagwine scored the goal. United had their chances, but finishing Marshal, Rashford, Fernandes, they had their chances. Greenwood at the end, but they didn't convert. So I think that little bit lack of sharpness, but overall, I liked what I saw, especially Pogba, Fernandes, together. That partnership to me gives me hope going forward.
Definitely, Manchester United fans are not really happy after that result. And one man that wasn't really happy after that game is former player Roy Keane. He says that he was flabbergasted about David De Gea's performance, and also when you talk about the team's performance last night against Tottenham Hotspurs. What's your opinion? Send us an SMS via 2299 22399. You can also tweet us at Switch TV, Kenya at Kimathi, Kelvin 9 at Joel Omoto, and we'll definitely sample your feedback. Do you really think Manchester United performed as you expected? Also talk about the Merseyside derby. Everton play Liverpool, league leaders, tomorrow. Talk about that, and we'll definitely sample your feedback later on. But let's start with some local story, a top story this afternoon, where once again a Kenyan athlete has been banned by Athletics Integrity Units. The Kenya long-distance runner Japheth Kipchirchir Kipkorir has been handed a 4-year ban for violation of World Athletics WADA anti-doping rules. Now, Kip Korir had been provisionally suspended last month when another Kenyan, Mikel Kiprotich Mutai, was handed a 4-year ban for also testing positive to prohibited substance norandrosterone. Mutai and another Kenyan long-distance runner, Alex Ole Tip-Tip, were flagged down on May 13th by AIU for separate violations of anti-doping rules. And once again, our motto, this is not the first time. First of all, you have to recommend the passion of these AIU officers. These guys are not even resting. Even during these unprecedented times, they're out here banning Kenyan athletes.
Yeah, they never went on lockdown. And they warned athletes, by the way.
Yeah, they never went to lockdown.
They warned athletes that even during this coronavirus pandemic, don't think we are sleeping. If you cheat, we catch up with you. And that's a good example. However, this Japhet Korir guy has been cited for this violation some time back. He's a 2011 World Cross Country champion, one of those revered Kenyan athletes. But, I mean, again, adding on to that bad list that we don't want to be on, and so many big athletes from Kenya have been banned because of using banned substances, and it doesn't augur well.
It doesn't augur well, but do you think it's a witch hunt? Some feel like only Kenyan athletes are really being deeply investigated, comparing with our counterparts in Ethiopia and other countries.
I mean, if you are good, then you'll have enemies. And so if you are good, make sure that you're doing it right. We have seen teams that perform so well, having so many enemies, people who don't like it. And Kenya, as you see, even during, just before a championship or an Olympics, we always have that expose, this doping thing in Kenya, and they always come with these stories. So it is up to us as Kenyans and as Kenyan athletes to make sure that we don't find ourselves into this, so that we don't give those haters a reason to be investigating us. I mean, this is going to go on for as long as we continue dominating athletics events. So the best thing for Kenyans is avoid doping, and nobody's going to talk about us.
Definitely, if you're really good, just do it right. Do it right, and nobody will have to go on a witch hunt spree for you. Now, London Marathon race director Hag Brescia said on Friday that organizers are working to ensure their rescheduled race is held on October 4th, despite the cancellation of September's Great North Run due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The cancellation of the annual half marathon had raised doubts about the London Marathon going ahead due to the challenges faced by organizers in implementing social distancing protocols. Brescia added that they would be providing a further update on the status of the race on July 28th. The marathon was initially postponed from its original April 26th date due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Well, we're definitely looking forward to that and hoping that we'll get to see the Olympic champion, the world marathon record holder, and 4-time London Marathon champion Eliud Kipchoge, together with Bridget Kosgei, get to defend their titles later on in October. But in other news, together with the Nairobi County Sports Board, Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko team paid a visit to former Harambee Stars coach Marshal Mulwa, who is facing hard economic times. Now, Mulwa's record in Kenya's football scene is undisputed after he led Harambee Stars to 3 consecutive Sekafa wins in the early 80s. Sonko, through his Sonko Rescue team, yesterday donated foodstuff to last 75-year-old Mulwa 6 months, alongside sanitizers and masks to help him stay safe during the COVID-19 period. The team was accompanied by former Harambee Stars players led by former defender John Bobby Ogola, Musa Otieno, Josephat Murila, and former Harambee Stars captains Musa Otieno and Dennis Oliech, among others.
Which is coming. What kind of structure are we having to saidiaje situation kama hizi? The most important thing for Coach Mulwa, he didn't coach me, but the people we coached in front of me, the Bobby Ogolas, Morilas, the Abbas, we are the young ones who are like, really urged us to be where we are today. But what are we doing? The problem has come in. What can we come in and come up with a good structure? Because I believe that with the players, whatever they're getting, that's not what we're going to save. itakuwaje future, kwa sababu tusikuwa tu mchezaji from mashinani ama coach from mashinani. Coaches are crying, players are, former players are crying.
It's a good gesture. Their national team coach, a former Harambee Stars coach, enduring hard economic times. Omoto, it's not a good picture for the country.
Yeah, but how many pictures like this have we seen? There are so many.
Yeah.
And it's about time we avoided getting politicians to rescue us every other time.
Yeah.
Because they are now sportsmen are being used by politicians to take photos and show that here they care and stuff like that. These politicians need to put in laws that make sure that these sportsmen can benefit for the long haul. I mean, if we had a functioning sports sector that rewards very well its athletes, its coaches, and they get to earn well, invest well, they don't even be having cases like this. I mean, Marshal Mulwa is just one of the many that I talked about. And now for 6 months, he's going to have food. So after 6 months, what happens? And we need a permanent solution.
We definitely need a permanent solution, but Omoto, we're talking about someone who has led the national team to 3 consecutive CECAFA titles. Some say that at least maybe he got something during that time. The question is, he didn't invest.
Well, what was there to invest for him, first of all? Because he led CECAFA 81, 82, 83. That is long time ago, 30 years. And how much were coaches earning then? And what structures were there to make sure that coaches and players of those days benefit? I mean, there are players who also went through playing during that time and are suffering right now, just like the coach. So it's not about how much he earned, but I mean, what he didn't invest, but how much he earned, because what was put into sports. Even now, we see coaches, former coaches for Harambee Stars.
Even current players and coaches.
Yes, still saying we are owed money going back how many years. I'm told even Jacob Ghost Mulwa has never been finished paying his salaries for Harambee Stars. I mean, now, assuming he didn't have any other source of income, he would be among the other people with the same problem. So we need to reward our athletes well. Then we can advise the athletes to invest wisely. If we don't reward them well, then we cannot come here and say they did invest. I mean, they're investing what? Right now in KPL, players have gone for 6 months without pay. During this lockdown, they're not playing. What's happened?
And talking about players and investment, I mean, when some of these guys in charge of football here in Kenya, their kids are out there learning computer science and stuff like that, these coaches and players, they're actually using that time to learn the game, but they don't end up even achieving a lot in life. And talking about that, after being crucified on social media for being broke, stopping being a footballer, and opting for a border rider to make ends meet, the former Harambee Stars and ex-Gor Mahia defender Wesley Onguso has come out guns blazing, warning his haters that they face legal suit for wrongly interpreting his pictures and circulating his business pictures online maliciously. Let's listen in to what the Nairobi City Stars player had to say about some of the reasons why he embarked on that journey.
Sasa kuingia online ndio nikaona we sasa ni WhatsApp sasa hata si text ni mingi na normal picha nimetumiwa mzee nimetrend niko na bike nikashindwa story ni gani. So but that tuko tumeongea na James Tuma. Akawa ameniambia aje ile story tulicover yako tulikuja tukakava ukiwa mtaa yako tumeweka picha, but hizo picha ndio wamechukua into negative wanakumock, unaona. Despite that mimi kutoka nilikuwa kama from 2016 wakati ni 2016 nikiingia Western Stima, so nilianza kuingia into this even boda my first one nilipurchase that 2016, unaona. So nilikuwa najua tu at least nikiwa based Kisumu, hii inaweza kuaga familia yangu inaweza kwa kufanya nini wakipata bread through your bike, unaona. Hata ile ukisema ni 400 wanaleta per day, inaweza create bread na bado isave kitu. So generally mimi msanii nimeinvest kwa motorbike, bado kulima, not only si ati huku Nairobi, nina ukulima Nakuru, where nikitoka Sudan nilipata do kidogo nikakwea land through my grandpa mwenye anakaa Nakuru. So na huko unaweza nalima huko, nafanya vitu zangu. So huko my mom mostly tukienda lime at least naweza faidi ya kumhelp yeye na pia mimi kuniinua kidogo. So kukuja kwa industry ya hii bodaboda yenye maybe ndio imeleta the whole story, kukuja kwa hiyo whole story, hii story ya COVID ilikama hii story ya COVID iko kama, so huku ni ghetto, hatuendi ball, hakuna ground tunaenda kutrain, hizi mashule zote za hapo mtaani zimefungwa, hatuwezi train. So mimi nikaona since Augusto niko na mabike, nikasema aje nikaenda, kuna NGO moja ambao nawashukuru sana inajiita Shofco. Shofco ni NGO that ina reach out to watu wa ghetto. So Shofco walikuwa wamepatia ma CHV, community health leaders. So our mother, nikakuja nikaona our mother wanabeba sabuni kutoka area inaitwa Kongo mpaka huku mtaani na kichwa, so that wafanye nini, wakuja kudistributia wase as wanawaelimisha kuhusu COVID-19. So unaona hiyo kitu ilinitouch sana, na nikaona our mother na ni mother wale nimeona wakitulea. So nikakuwa touched, nikasema ni aje, nikaambia one of my driver, ni aje msea, fanya aje nige bike, since najua kuendesha na ninafanya everything, ni aje. Nikaenda baka kwa ofisi ya Shofco, nikawakuta hawa mother, nikamwambia baka huyu mkubwa hiyo Shofco hii Dagoretti, nikamwambia maje madam, mimi nimejitolea kufanyaje, nimejitolea kubebea hawa mother hizo mavitu zote, sanitizer, sabuni na hizo vitu zote zenye wanachukua kutoka hapa kupeleka pale mtaani, ili waweze kufanya nini, ndio ikuwe easier kufikishia wale watu wangu, because hii mtaani naishi. So mimi najua kila njia na kila mahali. So pade ulikuwa unapata nachukua kama 40 cartons. So unaona 40 cartons, au mother hawezi enda wachukue carton 10 waende wapatiene kila plot, then warudi na pale. So mimi nikamake easier kuendea na mabebe ya kwanza, naenda na zileta zote tunaziweka a certain place, mahali itakuwa easier kwenda kwa access kuchukua kwenda kwa area. So ikakuwa hiyo ndio shughuli nilikuwa na do for the entire 2 months.
A good gesture right there from Wesley Onguso. But we are just talking about athletes and footballers investing. He has invested in Boda Boda business, but people are actually criticizing him as if Boda Boda business is not a good enough business.
Yeah, I mean, the era of fake news is here, and people see you on a bike and think that now you're broke and you started doing boda boda for someone. Yet this guy owns 5 motorbikes and has a matatu,
and even
by the way.
affording one bike, is a real struggle.
Yes, and this is what we're talking about. If you earn enough, then invest. If you don't earn enough, it's a big problem. So if we had many people earning enough, like Onguso has shown, and investing, then we won't have the problems that we're having with the athletes and coaches going through a lot of trouble at the moment.
Definitely. We take a short commercial break, but when we come back, we will be crossing over live to Minnesota, where we will be joined by our very own George Manyange. It's been a while since we caught up with Manyange. We will delve deeper into the English Premier League action, talk about all that, talk about the games that were played last night, the predictions, and the transfer chat. We'll get to inform you who is set to leave which club and join another team.